If you're wondering which speakers for music production are worth your money, stick around. After we run through each product, I'll give you my personal take. Would I buy it or would I skip it? No fluff, just my honest opinion. Let's get into it.
Kali Audio LP6 V2. This thing is freakishly accurate and quiet for how cheap it is, giving you a brutally honest look at your mix, but the bass is a little weak and you might hear some slight distortion when you push it. It's got a fantastic 3D soundstage that makes everything feel super wide, though the finish looks so budget-friendly it might have been built in a garden shed. And some say the mids can sound a bit dull. Would I buy it? Yes, if I was broke, but still needed a monitor that won't lie about how bad my mix is.
The Genelec 8010AP. The Genelec 8010AP is so damn tiny and its sound is so uncolored and detailed that it will immediately tell you every single mistake you've ever made in your entire life. Seriously though, don't expect any bass from this little 3-inch driver. It's like asking a Chihuahua to pull a sled. You'll need a subwoofer unless you're only mixing podcasts about ASMR. Would I buy it? Maybe if I produced music in a shoebox and needed a speaker that would emotionally destroy me into becoming a better engineer.
Neumann KH122. Neumann's KH122 is an absolute monster that's way more powerful than its predecessor, with a crazy linear frequency response that goes down to 44 Hz, but it has this weird quirk where the woofer gets a bit too focused before the tweeter takes over. The built-in DSP lets it adapt to your room, and it's so ridiculously clear you'll hear reverbs you didn't even know you added, which is both a blessing and a curse. Would I buy it? Yes, if I had the cash and wanted to hear every single detail, including the quiet desperation in the drummer's performance. JBL 305P Mark II. This JBL 305P Mark II is a smooth talker, making your mixes sound clear, articulate, and better than they actually are, which is a huge trap for any beginner. It delivers a nice amount of low end and has a super wide sweet spot, but it gets completely destroyed by the Atom T5V in the bass and volume department, and its auto power off feature might just decide not to work at all. Would I buy it? No, because I hate being lied to, and these monitors are the ultimate musical catfish.
Atom Audio T5V. The Atom Audio T5V is the dark horse that comes out of nowhere and just wrecks the competition, delivering a surprising amount of bass from a 5-inch woofer and getting incredibly loud without breaking a sweat. It manages to sound warmer and more balanced than even the Kali LP6, and the hiss is so low you have to put your ear right on the tweeter to hear it, which I don't recommend doing. Would I buy it? Yes, absolutely. This thing is the real deal, punching way above its price tag and making other budget monitors sound like they're coming from a tin can.
Mackie CR3X. These little guys sound surprisingly big for their size, like a Chihuahua with the bark of a Rottweiler. And they even throw in some Pro Tools software to get you started. But let's be real, mixing on these is like trying to paint a masterpiece with a crayon. They're not exactly what you'd call accurate, and the mid-bass has some issues. Would I buy it? Maybe, if I was just starting and my wallet was mostly full of moths, but for serious production, it's a hard pass. Edifier R1280DBs. The Edifiers have a super flat and balanced response in the mids and highs, perfect for telling you exactly where your mix sucks. The downside is that the mid-range can be a bit narrow, and they start to distort when you crank them up, kind of like your uncle after his third eggnog at Christmas. Would I buy it? Yes, for the price, they offer a surprisingly honest sound for mastering, as long as you don't expect them to shake the room.
Yamaha HS5. The iconic white cone. These Yamahas are brutally honest and analytical, showing you every tiny mistake in your mix with their lightning-fast, transient response. The problem is they're a bit shy on the bass, have a background hiss that could drive a saint to profanity, and the treble can be as aggressive as a Karen asking for the manager. Would I buy it? Yes! If you want to become a better mixer through pain and suffering. These will force you to get your low end right on any other system.
Atom Audio A7V. The A7V's ribbon tweeter gives you highs so clear and detailed, you'll hear the singer's soul leaving their body, and the built-in DSP lets you tune them perfectly to your room, which is some next-level nerd stuff. Of course, all that fancy tech comes at a price that'll make your bank account weep, and the mids can sometimes feel a bit recessed, like they're socially distancing from the rest of the mix. Would I buy it? Yes, if I just won the lottery and wanted to hear details of my tracks that I never knew existed. These are an audio microscope.
PreSonus Eris E3.5. For the money, the Eris E3.5s are pretty damn impressive, with a punchy low end for their tiny size and a wide clear soundstage that's great for gaming or starting out in production. But that small woofer means the super deep bass is just not there, and the highs can sometimes get a bit harsh if you're not careful with the controls on the back. Would I buy it? Yes, for a budget-friendly setup or for making YouTube videos, these are a ridiculously good value that punch way above their weight class.
KRK Rokit RP7 G4. The classic yellow cones, the speaker equivalent of a live, laugh, love sign in a producer's studio. But honestly, they deliver some seriously beefy bass that's perfect if you're making beats that need to slap. They've got a ton of equalization options, so you can fiddle with the sound to your heart's content, though the mids can sound a bit shy compared to that booming low end and sparkling highs. Would I buy it? Yes, if my room acoustics are a mess and I need a speaker that lets me use its onboard digital signal processing to fix my problems without breaking the bank.
Neumann KH80DSP. Look at this little guy trying to play with the big boys, and holy crap, it actually does. Delivering sound so flat and honest, it'll tell you your mix sucks and you should feel bad. The stereo imaging is so ridiculously clear you'll feel like the vocalist is spitting right in your ear, which is great, but the fancy control application for the digital signal processor was playing hard to get for a while, which was pretty damned annoying. Would I buy it? Yes. If I had the cash and wanted a brutally honest monitor that sounds way bigger than it looks and makes me feel like a super serious German sound engineer.
Kali LP-UNF. This ultra-near-field system is for when your studio is a desk crammed into a closet, giving you shockingly honest sound without getting you evicted. It's got a super clear mid-range and a front port, so you can disrespect its personal space against a wall. But it is a traditional two-way speaker, and you have to deal with a cable connecting the two units, which is a bit of a drag. Would I buy it? Maybe, if I lived in a shoebox apartment and needed a monitor that was brutally honest at low volumes, even if it is not the fanciest setup on the block.
Pioneer DJ DM40D. These are the speakers you buy when you tell your friends you're a DJ/producer with a magic switch that changes it from party mode to I am a serious artist now mode. For the price, the bass is surprisingly punchy and great for practicing your DJ sets, but the production setting is about as flat as the earth according to your weird uncle, so don't expect to mix a masterpiece on them. Would I buy it? Nah, not for serious music production, but if I was just starting out DJing and wanted something cheap that could also handle some light beat making, it is not a terrible choice.
Focal Shape 65. These French beauties are like that brutally honest friend who tells you there's spinach in your teeth, revealing every tiny detail in your mix with painful clarity, especially in the high frequencies. The bass is tighter than a duck's. Well, it is very precise and musical, but if you are looking for that club-style sub-bass rumble to shake your kidneys, you will need to look somewhere else. Would I buy it? Yes, if I was ready to have my soul crushed by an accurate, revealing monitor that will force me to become a better mixer, even if it sounds a bit too polite in the low end.
JBL 308P MK2. These speakers offer a beautifully balanced sound in a sweet spot so wide you could land a plane on it, all for a price that won't make you eat instant noodles for a month. The catch is they were built on a budget, so you might hear some weird rattling for the back panel, and the low mids can sound a bit bloated, like they just ate a huge meal. Would I buy it? Yes. For the money, you're getting an impressively accurate monitor that outperforms its price tag, even if it has a few cheap quirks.
Genelec 8351B. This thing is from another planet, with a low end so tight and controlled it's like a drill sergeant, and a three-dimensional sound that makes you feel like you're inside the music. The only downside is the price, which is so high you might need to sell a non-essential organ, and its bass can tap out at super high volumes if you don't have a subwoofer. Would I buy it? Yes, if I suddenly found a winning lottery ticket, because these are basically the final boss of studio monitors, giving you insane accuracy and letting you work for hours without your ears wanting to divorce you. Focal Alpha 65 Evo. The French are here with the Alpha 65 Evo, serving up a punchy, neutral sound with a fantastic low end thanks to its special sleet fiber cone, letting you hear everything down to 40 Hz.
However, it can be a bit bright and scratchy in the upper mids, like an angry cat, and the mid-range feels a little shy and recessed. Would I buy it? Maybe. It's a very revealing and classy monitor that's a big jump from budget speakers, but that bright sound and shy mid-range means you'll have to spend some time getting to know its specific French personality.
Thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you pick the speakers for music production for you. If you have any questions, drop a comment below. Links to all of these products mentioned in this video will be in the description.